what's up, man? It's All for the Culture. We here with a special guest today. Straight from the H-Town. He part of the new H-Town wave. He's coming out of H-Town making a lot of big moves, a lot of noise out there with the music. Really doing it for the culture. You know, really putting it down for Houston culture. We got DJ Chose in the building.
What's good, Washington? Homie DJ Chose checking in. Yeah, all the culture. You know what it is.
I'm so honored to have you in the building and be, you know, one of like the first interviewers in Texas to interview you because of how much I know about your history and how much I know about, you know, your achievements and what you've done. And I feel like it's not been put out to the world as much, like on the blogs. I'm saying you put it out, of course, you put out your success, but the blogs and stuff I don't feel have given you the recognition that you deserve. I mean, so we'll get into that. We'll get into all your achievements, but let's start young, man.
Right.
So how'd you grow up? Where did you grow up, and what kind of kid were you growing up?
Man, I grew up in small town called Brookshire, Texas. You know, a lot of people don't know what the fuck it is, but a lot of people do. So with that being said, the way Brookshire set up, it's a small town, but it's like the hood, you know. Okay. So I stayed there till like I was 9 or whatever, and then I moved to Ohio. I moved to Ohio for like 4 or 5 years, and that's where like a lot of my musical influence. That's why like when niggas hear my shit, it don't sound typical like everybody else's. It's kind of like up north, they had their own sound. So I grew up jamming like Biggie, then got home and was impressed and mind blown by like Lil Keke. Yeah. So my sound kind of like became a mixture of what's going on there and then what's going on here. And that's why when you listen to my record next to somebody like from Atlanta, it just don't sound the same. I mean,
yeah. That's crazy you moved to Ohio. That's like...
Yeah.
I never, you don't hear too many people moving to Ohio. One of my favorite rappers is from Ohio, Machine Gun Kelly. He's one of my favorite. Yeah. He's one of my favorite rappers. Yeah, he's dope.
Yeah, I actually met him at a show back in the day.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. I would love to meet him. That's like one of my dream interviews to get. You know, I'm gonna get him one day on the show.
Right.
Yeah. So talk about your musical influences. Who'd you listen to growing up?
When I grew up, I was jamming like my biggest, like one of the first niggas that I'm fucking with off top is Ja Rule. Like niggas be laughing at me. But
nah, hell no. I was one of the people too, like you, who in the 50 Cent beef, I still listen to both.
Right.
But go ahead, sorry.
Nah, I jammed 50 too, but Ja, like to me, he was like he was Drake before Drake. And a lot of niggas don't understand that. But he was really putting down hits back to back. And dope shit. So, you know, from a worldwide influence, he one of them. I used to like Nelly Tough. And then, you know, of course, when we go to the South, I was jamming like Lil Keke, Trey, Zero. You know, the normal niggas, everybody jamming, just the whole South. Like, you couldn't miss nobody. Like, niggas say what they want to about like Mike Jones. I was jamming Mike Jones. Yeah. Niggas can say what they want to about anybody. Like, everybody from the South pretty much jammed to me back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, come on. You can't say Mike Jones in the day-to-day grinding. Right. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Back then, you know, all of them shits. We all jammed that shit. This shit was on the radio. Like, people could say what they want about him at different points, but we know what it is. Like, he had it rocking in our city and again, eventually the United States.
Right.
Let me ask you something. Now, though, do you feel it's harder to make it in H-Town? Do you feel it's got harder? And why? Why, if it has, why do you feel it's gotten harder to make it H-Town? Like, do you feel like you almost got to leave?
I feel like it got harder just based off the fact that we don't have none of the tricks up our sleeve that everybody else has.
Yeah.
So, like, when you really look at Houston and you look at Texas and you look at the world, like, the world got all these tricks up their sleeve to break someone like... Let's take this shit to, let's just say, L.A. All the L.A. artists got all the fucking YouTubers and Instagram influences, and that's how they break records. Yeah. In Texas, I can't tell you a YouTuber or Instagram influence, nor it's not enough. It's not saturated enough, so it's so little that all of them want so much bread. You know what I'm saying? All of them want so much for their contribution to breaking a record. Or even with labels, we don't have a label here. We don't have shit here. We just got talent. So that's why niggas come down here and buy our beats and buy our songs or swagger jack us and just take this shit to their city and win. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not hard. It's just shit. We gotta all stop wanting to be rappers.
Yeah, you know it's crazy to me, and I'm gonna say this. That's why I said it was an honor to interview you. What's crazy is when I when I look you up, you can see the accolades, but I don't see someone who's getting those kind of accolades, getting the type of interviews that you should be getting,
Right.
and that people at that level are getting. I mean, you've had platinum records.
Right.
You were on Fast and Furious soundtrack.
Right.
I mean, correct me when I'm wrong. You have worked with Kevin Gates, Kodak Black, PBN Rock, A Boogie with the Hoodie, Trey Songz,
Yeah.
Akon, NBA Youngboy, Plies, and like
Right.
all Texas artists that you've worked with.
Right.
You created the Brook Gang.
Right.
You know, why do you think the blogs have not picked up on you and really put you out there to what I feel and what not I feel, but what you do deserve? It's just obvious with what you have,
Right.
what you've accomplished.
I think it comes down to it's a lot of popular bullshit out here, like especially in Texas. Like, so niggas is just really moving off of numbers and shit like that, which is cool. And a lot of this shit comes down to the fact that I'm not as ignorant as a lot of niggas. Like, I got a degree. I'm from the streets. I done beat niggas up in the streets. I done got beat up in the streets. I done made money in the streets. And then I got out. I went to school, got a degree. So with all that being said, I think since I'm not out here with a pistol in every video, you know what I'm saying? And, you know.
The stuff that kids love
Right.
nowadays, yeah. Like,
And it really ain't. I see niggas make it without doing all that shit. It's
Yeah.
just
it takes
our culture is glorifying the ignorance. Like, if you talk about Texas, we glorify what the fuck is going. We damn near hype beasts. Ain't nobody saying, hey, diss the nigga. Like, you got to think about it, like Travis Scott didn't have to do none of the fuckery, but that's
he
mainly
had to
because
leave the city to make blow up. He had
that's
to
what
leave
I'm
the
trying to
city.
get to you. That's what I'm trying to get. Like, he left, then niggas respected the accolades and the shit he was doing. But here, it's like, if you don't do the shit to become popular, which is the ignorant shit, you know, period. I feel like a stripper could blow up before a rapper right now.
Exactly. No, they can, and I feel like I'm not. I don't know Travis Scott. I've never met Travis Scott. I mean, I've known some people that know him.
Right.
But I feel like he does kind of hold that as like a little bit of like a grudge that he had to leave the city to blow up.
Him and me both.
You know.
I had to leave the city to get a check. So now it's a fucking grudge. And it ain't towards nobody in my generation. It's pretty much towards everybody else who fucking slept. Like, even the niggas with the power. Like, if I got a record that's really jamming versus a record that's some bullshit, I believe the fucking niggas who got the power to press play would play the bullshit more than they play my shit, just based off the fact, like, okay, what is the streets on? It's like, nigga, the streets don't always tell the truth.
Yeah, you're right. The streets don't always tell the truth, and a lot of times, a lot of people's work goes unnoticed for just weird reasons, like that nobody can explain. And that's the same thing with interviews. It's like, man, we had Blue Da Vinci on the show, we had Syar the Kid on the show, Vic Mensa on the show.
Right.
All of them could have justified me paying for an interview.
Right.
All of them could have justified it, and none of them made me pay. But a lot of my own Texas, even Houston city rappers have wanted money. And it's like, wait, man, the outside people are supporting me. Why are we not supporting each other? Why are we not coming to the show? You know, like,
yeah, that's true.
Helping each other and blowing us up and making it like 2004, but then keeping it. We got to learn from our mistakes in 2004 so that we blow up and everybody stays on. You, Dice, Kirko, Trill, Sammy, Sauce, everybody, you know, and we have that whole culture out there on a national scale.
It get tricky because a lot of niggas don't work with each other too. So that becomes a real tricky situation, because when you got all this talent around this motherfucker, and the issues become we all fucking the same bitches. We all getting the same check. The promoter gonna book me back though, and next week book the next nigga. Yeah. So it's a lot of jealousy and shit like that. I've never been one to play into that because I get money outside. Yeah. But I know a lot of inside niggas who, you know, come to studio, might studio talk about another nigga and just be like, damn, bro. Like, we all supposed to, you know. But I mean, the moment we do start fucking with each other on a consistent basis, the game will change, because niggas they won't be able to come take our shit. Yeah. Right now, when niggas steal styles, it's like niggas don't be mad if it ain't them. Like, when French took my shit, nobody gave a fuck but me.
Wait, what? Whoa.
Pop That. I had a record called Pop That. French Montana and Drake made a Pop That went number 1. My shit went number 60 by itself, me being from Houston.
Was it the actual sound they stole or just the title?
Nah, they stole the same sample, made the same type of track, same video. My video was at a pool, theirs was at a pool. It was the same sample, everything. Nobody cared. Then when Drake comes and starts fucking saucing like the Sauce Twins, you know, everybody tried to push that shit under the rug like it ain't matter. When I felt away because I feel like shit. You know, at the end of the day, I love Drake. But, okay, this is Houston culture that's just gone to waste too again.
Exactly.
But I imagine every other rapper was like, yeah, fuck that. That shit was supposed to happen. Yeah. Until your fucking song gets stolen.
And you gotta think, man, like all the rappers from the new generation to the old generation knew early on. We all knew Drake was gonna be something big because of who he was backed by.
Right.
What the How Best I Ever Had blew up.
Right.
So obviously for their career, they gonna be cool with the dude, like, you know, politics. We gonna be cool with him. We're not gonna say that we have a problem with him coming down here, stealing our culture or whatever.
Right.
Nobody's gonna say anything because it's gonna better their career to be in a better place with him.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to speak the truth.
But
the
man,
truth is what the truth is, man.
I'm gonna teach niggas one thing that they ain't gonna ever know, but I had to realize for myself. It ain't no fucking with a nigga who already where he wanna be. Like, the goal is every young nigga from Houston gotta remember this shit. We all wanna get on and fuck with the nigga who up, but man, you gotta fuck with a nigga who on the way up. You gotta fuck with a nigga who working, who got hustle, because that's where you build a real relationship, and that nigga is gonna look back at you and respect you in the long run.
I'm smiling. Can I ask you who? Can I guess who you learned that from, or who maybe put that on you? Was that OG Rossi's?
OG definitely taught me that.
Cause that's what OG be teaching me, and he's my manager, and now my manager, mentor, you know, and he be teaching me the same thing.
What's gonna fuck you up the most is OG taught me that, but being from Houston and getting out, I knew it was true, but I kind of like strayed away from it. And when the first day I went to Atlantic, I was like, they was like, who you want to work with? And I was like, I want to work with T.I. and Boosie, because they was both on Atlantic at the same time. And my A&R told me and said, man, he didn't say it in these words, but he kind of said it this way. He's like, man, fuck that. We're going to put you in with Kevin Gates. And at this time, I'm like, shit, I play Kevin Gates. I like Gates, but I want to work with fucking T.I. or Boosie, because they was who was popping. And I shut up and just went with the play. And at the time, Gates wasn't the same Gates that he is now. But I bullshit you not. When the tables turned after the relationship that was built with Gates, now I got my first platinum and gold records based off of Gates. And that just showed me, like, okay, I'm not out here trying to work with Nicki Minaj no more. I'm trying to work with Bad Baby. And I'm not saying Bad Baby, like, I'm not saying that game is, I'm not saying I don't want to work with Nicki. I'm saying I'm also fucking with the future as well.
Yeah, you're not focused on that, but if it comes, it comes. But you, okay, I see what you're saying.
I'd rather build a relationship that's gonna appreciate me. Like Nicki got 1 million producers.
Yeah, no, it's true. When you meet somebody on the come up, it's easier to build a relationship to them to where y'all like come up together and y'all. That's why like you see Jay-Z when he want to do an interview, he go to Angie, or he go to Breakfast Club. He go to people he know like DJ Envy. He go to people that he came up with, that he knew, that he's grown with, and that gave him chances. So it's all about that. That's the smart play. You said you had an A&R.
Right.
For young guys out there, how did you get that? Like, how did you get from Houston to Atlantic to A&R to the deal with Think It's a Game?
Yeah.
How did all that come?
Man, everything came from a hit record. Like, everywhere I go, I'm gonna rep my shit, which was my record. I was at the time.
Love that song, by the way.
Appreciate you. At the time, I was broke, but I had worked hard, and I came up on like 15 bands, like straight off DJing, straight off working, straight off all that. So I took 15 bands and invested in the record, blew that bitch up. Everywhere I go was charting at like number 89 before a A&R or a fucking label came my way. But labels watch that shit.
Yep.
So, boom, I get a call from about 10 labels, all in about the same week, like, yo, we seeing your shit 89. How the fuck?
What does that feel like?
It was dope. It was dope because I had the opportunity to sign with like 10 people. Only difference is a lot of them didn't know if it was my record or if it was someone else's, because I had Beezy on it. So a lot of them was calling both of us. They wasn't calling just me. So that's what I get as DJ Chose. Like, if I don't put the record out by myself, a lot of people think, oh, that's not him rapping. That's somebody else, like Khaled would do. Khaled and Jeremiah and fucking August or some shit. So I had a Def Jam deal on the table. That was missed. But anyway, long story short, I ended up speaking with like Atlantic and Even Think It's a Game, and you know, so my goal for a young nigga just trying to get out of the city is to just get a hit and actually stick with it and work it instead of you know, sleeping on your record like it can't make it out. It can make it out. It's just that when you get the opportunity, you gotta know what the fuck to do with it. If you got money, don't go, you know, if you need a beat, if you got money, don't go buy belts and Gucci and chains, nigga. Spend your money on your song that's popping. You feel me?
Thank you, man. That's what the kids and all the upcoming rappers need to hear. Is not, don't go get the rapper starter kit, bro. The rapper starter kit is not a chain and that shit anymore. The rapper starter kit is a dope beat and a fire song. Like, that's what you need nowadays, and the internet and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
People blow up without being seen, bro.
Yeah.
That's what we live in today. Yeah. Her, everybody that knows her, I've never seen her, but her is fucking the equivalent to fucking Jhené Aiko to these women, or she's, you know, she's right next to SZA. Like, her is, and you've never seen her. So starter kits don't matter. It's the fucking music still. But right now we're going through a world of publicity. So the easy way is to go do some dumb shit. Go shoot up a school or something. You'll be famous tomorrow. You know.
Like it's sad that like the TK shit just is blowing kids up. Like that kind of, I don't mean to put it all on him, but like that kind of stuff is being celebrated and thrown to the top. The having that,
right?
I guess, you know, that I don't want to call it. I mean, it is, but
man,
ignorance.
You just say it, man. Like
the bullshit and the ignorance with it. It's what it is, and there's nothing to be proud of, and it's nothing that we should be celebrating. We should be celebrating straight the music,
right?
And so that's like, you know, the Everywhere I Go, which peaked at number 32 on the Urban Billboard charts.
Right.
That's crazy big. And then you were on Fast and Furious soundtrack.
Right.
That was crazy. So how did you hook up with Fast and the Furious? But before that, because I'm guessing you made the song first, how did you hook up with the artists that were on the song? PNB Rock, Kodak Black, A Boogie. And then was NBA Youngboy on Horses too?
Nah, it was just those three.
Yeah, just those three. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So Horses was a beat actually, and I had wrote a song to it, like a dope ass, like, I don't know, it was like a song for the weekend or whatever.
Okay.
And it was dope. So we shopped it to the weekend. I think I don't know. I just think he never got around to it. But the beat was so fucking hard. One of my guys was just like, "Hey, yo, we gonna make this beat work. I don't know how, but this beat is a top selling beat."
Yeah, it's just gotta work.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess he sent it to PNB, and PNB ended up writing a better hook. Like I write hooks on most of my beats. So when I hear a nigga actually do a hook that's live like mine, I'm like, wow, okay, good. So his hook was dope, and it fit the whole movie theme. And next thing you know, me and PNB met, and when I turned around, like at first it was PNB and A Boogie, and then like a week later, I hear the Kodak verse, and I'm just sitting there scratching my head because I ain't believe it. Like I fuck with the new niggas, so when I heard all of the new niggas on one record, I'm like, this shit's starting to work out for me. It's working in my favor.
Yeah. Then how did Fast and Furious pick it up?
When I guess it was, once it was cut, I mean, it was just shopped over there, and it was like, yeah, this shit is undeniable, and they had to make it. And after that, like, it's only like 3 records on that soundtrack that went gold, and it's one of them, so you know it had to be a bad motherfucker.
Yeah. So how the movie checks must be better than me.
Yeah, a movie check tough. I mean, off top, it definitely upped my price. Like right now I get 15 a beat just based off of that movie. So once that movie hit, it was like, okay, if I just got 15,000 for that, that's what I want for everything.
Okay. Let me ask you something, man. Like, and this is for little kids out there and everybody listening. Why, if you were so dope at the beats and the stuff, why did you decide to go to college, and what did you go to school for? And do you recommend young kids out there to pursue college as well as music at the same time?
Right. Yeah, I wasn't always dope as I am now, so I look at it like this. Like, I went to college based off the fact two things. One, I can get a degree. The second thing is I needed a fucking fan base slash I needed a fucking sample size. You feel me? Like a lot of niggas out here making music, they don't have a sample size. And what I mean by a sample size is I needed a group of motherfuckers to test my shit and let me know when that shit'll hit. So I was a DJ and I just ran my shit until I figured out which ones was hits. And that's how I came out with Pop That and all my other shit like Third Level and then Everywhere I Go. Like it was just based off the fact that I was testing my shit and I knew if the college fuck with it, then everyone would.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like being able to go. I don't got a good scenario here for you, but it's kind of like being able to go to the mall. You get to shop and eat. You feel me? Like you can hit the food court.
You get to do both. You get to learn and promote. And
niggas gotta understand that. Like it's more. There's so many women in college. They gonna let you know if you dope or not. Go to school. If you dumb and you ain't dope, then drop out. But if you dope and you dumb, you might make it through. Or if you smart and you not dope, nigga, you gonna win somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I just look at it like, I ain't look at college like a plan B. I looked at it like, nigga, there's gonna be some extra one day in my life.
So did you have to take a loan for college, or how'd you?
I paid for my shit.
You paid for your shit?
Straight out.
Doing what?
Like every party I did, I was just stashing. I remember like my junior year, I had like 5 bands put up in like a safe, and my mama robbed me. And like after that, like I was on tour with Kirko. But anyway, I had like.
You said your mama robbed you?
Yeah. My mom like took the 5 bands because she the only one that had a key. She swear she didn't do it, but me and my mama, we done came to terms on that. I'm like, Mama, I know you did it, so just don't tell me you didn't do it no more. We good. But low key, like every semester, I was saving up and I was paying for my own shit. So like, I ain't get no grants, none of that shit. I was just hustling like a motherfucker. I was fucking DJing. I was doing some other shit that I ain't gonna tell y'all about, but I was getting the bag. You know what I'm saying?
So kids, it is possible. It is possible.
For sure. You just gotta know how to manage your shit. A lot of niggas don't know. Man, you can't let that money burn a hole in your pocket.
You can't go have it, use it as weed money and drink money and all that shit. You gotta put that shit to the side.
Straight
so
up.
was you throwing parties or just DJing?
I was doing both.
Throwing and DJing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's double money. All right, cool.
Straight up.
Yeah. So, man, you recently worked with NBA YoungBoy.
Right.
And he's on fire right now. So how did you link up with him? And did y'all link up before or after he got out of jail?
We linked up before. But I had a record with NBA YoungBoy when nobody was jamming him.
Okay.
We had a record called Ride Out. It's like one of his. I want to say it's like his second dopest female records. He got some other shit that I ain't do that's dope.
Okay.
So after Ride Out, we might have. Oh, then we had Made a Play that happened right before he went to jail with Moneybagg Yo.
Okay.
So that's like one of his. When he performed that shit, it goes stupid. It's like one of his Go Dumb records. And then by the time he got out of jail, the track record was there. So when he heard No Smoke, he was just like, fuck it, let's do it.
Man,
and
no Smoke is.
Yeah, No Smoke the one. I feel like I don't know how they working it over there, but you know, if any effort given, I feel like it's gonna go platinum.
Well, that's a single right now. He got it. He got the video for it and everything, and
yeah,
that's dope. But how did y'all actually link?
Nobody know this, but I ain't meet YoungBoy till after No Smoke.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's just how'd you discover him before everybody else and send him beats?
I was just on my shit. Like my A&R definitely be on his shit. So shout out Jeff. He be on his shit. So when he knows something popping, man, he just got this vision, bro. And I used to question him. I don't question him no more because he always see the future. So he told me about him, and at that moment I knew like me and him got this relationship where when he say something, I just kind of ride with it because at the end of the day he like that nigga that don't say nothing wrong. You know, he ain't never gonna tell you go do this. He gonna tell you something that's gonna get you some money.
You trust,
yeah, for sure.
You need that. Always need that in your corner.
Right.
Another person I'm curious as to two more. Actually, there's 2 people I'm curious. Well, you told me how you hooked up with A Boogie. How'd you hook up with Akon? And what song did y'all do together?
Man, me and Akon did Want Some together. And we got another record that we never put out together.
Okay.
But we actually, I met him in AOD 3 days before we had a session. Like, we never, I didn't know I was going to work with Akon. I met him in AOD. We dapped up, took a picture. 3 days later, he was in a session. Like, literally, he was at Atlantic passing by, and Boss Man, my homie, my OG Mike, tapped and was like, go in the room and look at our new young producer.
Yeah.
So he go in there, and we ended up vibing. And we didn't record that day. We went home, and about 3 weeks later, I sent over a record, and he cut that hoe and kept me on it. So I did the hook on it, and he was like, man, this shit's so fire. I'm going to redo the hook, but I'm going to give you a verse.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But Akon's like one of the most genuine niggas I probably ever been in the studio with, because not only did he just do a record, I mean, he always gave me game. You know, we had conversations about doing a deal together.
That's
like,
dope.
Yeah, Akon 100.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope. And you heard about how much he did in Africa and all that stuff like that. This is just dope shit. He doesn't get the recognition for that. But I was asking about Akon. Yeah, so you write as well.
Right.
So you put out your own records as well, right? Under DJ Chosen, and you rap too.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Okay. So how's that going? And what's more important to you? And what do you like doing better, the producing or the rapping or the writing, or like do you have a favorite?
I just like amazing people. You know what I'm saying? I like the amazing nigga. I like a nigga to sleep on me and come out of nowhere with one of them. So at the end of the day, I love the check. You know what I'm saying? I done grew. I guess the way the game then came, it didn't kind of move me into a point where it's like, all right, I might not be able to be as ignorant to get this kind of light shined on me. So I really not pressed to be like, I'm gonna stick to what I know. If it comes back around, then I'm gonna catch that artist wave. But until then, I'm not gonna change who I am to be the most popular artist right now. So I mean, I'm down with whatever. Like, I'm definitely down with the artist shit, because I can out-rap half these niggas and I can write hooks better than your favorite artist, and if he got a problem with it, tell him pull up. So with that being said, but I also fuck with producing and writing. I'm down with both. I'm down with music. I love music. It don't matter what I'm doing. If it's music oriented, then it's a blessing.
Yeah. Would you say you've had more success though on the producing side, on the writing side?
For sure. I mean, I ain't got no choice but to say that. I mean, I got 3 gold records based off the fact that I've produced and co-wrote them. So definitely. But my artist side ain't as light as half of these rappers that they be fucking with tough though. Them niggas shit light. My artist side go long.
I can't imagine seeing them gold records up on the wall, man. That must be a crazy good feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
To get them gold records, that sounds like a great big achievement. It was so crazy when you do the research for this man and you go online and it's like, where are the interviews? Y'all need to get this man on y'all's channel, on y'all's blog, in XXL. I don't know why he was not given I don't understand why you're not interviewed more, put on more shit, because I mean, to be a new producer from Houston, and you working with all the newest, biggest artists. I mean, like we said, A Boogie, he's one of the biggest artists right now.
Right.
PNB Rock, one of the biggest artists right now. Kodak Black, one of the biggest.
Right.
Kevin Gates, one of the biggest. NBA YoungBoy, one of the biggest. And then you got some legends, Plies, Akon, Trey Songz. These are all older guys,
right,
and stuff like that. I wanted to ask you, the song "Everywhere I Go"? Did you write that?
Yeah, for sure.
You wrote that. Okay, so you wrote that, and how'd you link up with Trey? And what'd y'all do together?
Man, niggas don't know this, but when I was like 13, my pops worked at Waffle House, and this was my stepdaddy, and he used to always hook Trey up for food. And this was before Trey was like the Trey is now. But I was a big fan of Trey at the age of 13. Like, I knew who the fuck Trey was.
So was he on when he came to the Waffle House and stuff?
Yeah.
I
knew who he was big time. So Trey would come in there and, the nigga like used to give us CDs and shit, and I used to tell him I rap, and at the time I sucked. Me and Trey, like, you know, I freestyled for him before. The nigga probably laughed a couple times, but at the end of the day, one of them days it connected, and the nigga was just like, "Hey, Chose, I need you to do me a favor." I did the favor. I ain't gonna tell y'all what the favor was. It was some groundwork type shit. Okay. So I did the favor. When I did the favor, Trey hit me back and was like, "Hey, send that over. Whatever you need, send it over. I got you." So I sent it to him, and the nigga was like, I was fucked up because he did my verse the same day. And I was like, at that point, I knew, like, you know what I'm saying? No matter if me and Trey talk today, talk tomorrow, I just know he a real nigga. Like, it's only a few real niggas out here, especially in the Houston industry. Like, I love all y'all niggas, but some of y'all niggas ain't authentic. But, I mean, he kept it all the way 100, and you gotta love niggas like that. You feel me? This was before everything. This was before the band. This was just kind of like right when, you know, he was still on fire, so it was like.
It was a Waffle House in Houston?
Yeah, it was actually at the Waffle House in, off like Highway 6.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, so one thing I want to talk about, man, your chain, it says Brook Gang.
Right, no, it say Chose. It say Chose.
Oh, I thought it say Brook Gang.
Nah, I just say Chose.
Oh, I thought that was the G and then, okay. So, I thought this said Chose.
Yeah, nah,
G and then Brook. But what's Brook Gang?
That's my clique. Well, back in college, like high school, we all went to the same school. But, shit, we was just rapping together and shit. It worked through college, and then towards, like, the ending of it, you know, when you 11 deep, everybody got lives. Like, niggas had kids and shit like that. But for the most part, that's still my label that I claim. So, you know, is what it is.
That's dope. That's what the label will be called once it's set up and signed to a distribution deal and
right.
the joint venture
there
partnership.
You go.
Right.
Like when I did my partnership, it was under Brook Gang.
That's dope. So what's next? Or actually, before what's next, what artists do you want to work with? What are 3 artists out there right now that you want to work with? New, old, whatever.
Man, I don't even got nobody right now. I guess, of course, for the city, I want to do something with Travis Scott.
Come on, that should be easy, man. Travis.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's gonna happen.
I think definitely.
It's inevitable. Other than that, shit, I really can't even just, you know, off top, the people that I want to work with, damn near is just happening. So. Yeah. I can't really even just say nothing else about it.
That's dope. So, what's next? What's coming out next? What do we got coming out next from DJ Chose?
I'm about to drop a project. I'm trying to figure out the name, though. I've been back and forth on the name right now, so. But I'm going to drop another project, and as far as me, though, shit, you just never know when I'm going to pull out the hat on this writing and producing. I don't want to name drop nothing. I hate doing it before it happens, so I'm going to just leave that shit alone. Yeah,
it's the same thing. I don't do with interviews. I don't say they coming soon until they done, because there's just so many things the fans don't know that can happen.
Right.
Between that time and so. All right, man. So, and let me ask you another thing. A lot of like rappers like Kirko and, you know, I know B King has a heavy influence in PB where you went to school, Prairie View. What's your relationship with those guys and stuff? Are y'all all cool and stuff?
Yeah, everybody, like me and Kirko was just in the studio maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Working on a record he got.
I'm waiting for his album, man. He really need to drop the debut album, man.
Yeah,
it's been too long.
He got to drop that shit. But he got some fire, so it's on the way. Me and Beat King, that's like my bro. You feel me? So he 100.
Yeah. Who else went? Aloe, MCBZ. Did MCBZ go to Preview?
Nah. We was all cool from the West. We used to be on the Southwest a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me, BZ, Aloe, shit, all of them. We used to be at like Sahel type shit, but Club Sahel. Anybody from the West know what that is. But other than that, like as far as PV, everybody from PV pretty much 100 still. I mean, I didn't blow up and change on niggas. Like I just was that nigga that I've always been the same. That's you know. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, man, definitely. I appreciate you coming down today, man. This was like something I just had to do because I was so mad at the fact that you were not having interviews like that, and I just felt like it was. Man, I just felt like it was what you said. People stealing H-Town culture, taking it, and then not giving the people that are actually getting the accolades and getting the real shit from here, getting the notoriety.
Right.
It's more the people that's, like you said, doing the ignorant shit. And man, I'm gonna leave you with any last words for those for those blogs and those people out there that ain't really, giving you your shine. I'm gonna give you the last word, bro.
Hey, y'all niggas got a year. Like, I'm gonna literally give y'all a year to catch up and get the fucking program. But if y'all niggas ain't dropped the interview by next year, if y'all ain't trying to do the interview by next year, this #1 is on the way. And when I get it, it's fuck y'all. So, there you go.
He's coming to all for the culture.
All for the culture. I do 1 interview a year, nigga.
That's it, man. All right, man. So you can check us out at www.all4theculture.com. You can check us out at All for the Culture Show on Instagram. You can check us out at Hip Hop Handicap on Instagram. And you can check me out at Hip Hop Handicap on Twitter. Shout out all your social medias, brother.
Hey, y'all follow me on Instagram at DJ Chose. Follow me on Twitter at DJ Chose. Visit my website, djchose.com. Everything on my shit is DJ Chose. I am the DJ Chose.
And if you ain't remember, everywhere I go, I'ma rep my shit.